tonight on Fox at 9.
I think it's ridiculous.
They're closed, but state parks remain a big draw. Why folks are still flocking to them. Also, a community's deadliest fire in decades erupts at a bed and breakfast. How many people were killed and why the death toll could still rise. And small businesses in town want everyone thinking local. See what they're doing to lure in more customers this month.
Fox at 9 starts now.
Well, hi there, everyone. Thanks for being here with us tonight. I want to start right away with 3 key rulings on the state government shutdown today. In fact, you could probably call this a split decision from Ramsey County Judge Kathleen Guerin. She has denied petitions from both Canterbury Park and the harness racing track in Anoka County to stay open. Canterbury tells Fox 9 that it plans to appeal, but until then, racing is canceled for tomorrow and Monday, including tomorrow night's fireworks. Now, a different ruling for the Minnesota Zoo. Guerin says that spending from the zoo's special revenue accounts does not need legislative approval, so they can reopen. In fact, in a press conference tonight, the zoo's director thanked the judge for allowing them to reopen their gates again starting tomorrow.
The zoo really is in a unique position. We earn 71% of our total budget. And most of that earning happens during the summer months. This is the time when the sun's out, this is when we make hay.
Again, the zoo will reopen tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock for all of those families that so desperately wanted to go there for the holiday weekend. And then there are the state parks. The gates are locked. No bathrooms, no drinking water, but that hasn't stopped people from heading to them anyhow. Fox 9's Eric Rung spent the day at Afton State Park. He's back now and found plenty of people jumping the gates. Eric?
Yeah, Tim, for safety reasons, the DNR is strongly advising people to stay out of parks. The bottom line, there just isn't anyone there to stop people from going into the park. Still, there isn't nearly enough people defying the shutdown to make up for all the lost business in nearby towns.
Before you get past the guardhouse at Afton State Park, you are greeted with a simple sign that essentially says, "Sorry folks, park's closed."
We ended up parking and just going anyway.
She and her friend weren't alone, as evident by Afton's small but filled up parking lot.
We decided to make a longer walk out of it and enjoy ourselves. This should be open to the public.
But it is not open. Still, it's not like it was all that difficult for people to get past the locked gates and onto the trails.
We paid for this. Our tax dollars go to these things. And they should be here for people to enjoy.
In their travels on the trails, they ran into a dozen or so hikers who also said to heck with the government shutdown. Though a dozen or so people is a far cry from the crowds usually here for the 4th of July.
It's our biggest weekend.
In Afton's small business district, owners depend on tourist traffic trickling in from the park to spend money at their stores. Patricia Anderson's been making a living in part off that traffic for 23 years.
It's too bad for us small business people that this has happened.
The DNR estimates each visitor to State Park spends about $23 in nearby towns, so a prolonged shutdown could mean economic disaster for small towns like Afton.
Well, it will really hurt our business for the summer, and this is where we make it in the summertime.
In order to make it a successful summer, she'll need a lot more than just a dozen or so people to go around State Park gates. She's going to need the government to find a way out of gridlock.
Now, the state parks will for sure be closed for the rest of the weekend. Well, closed depending on if you want to go around the gates or not. Republicans and DFLers don't plan on meeting until Tuesday. Tim?
Thanks, Eric. Well, this next one is kind of a touchy one, but you can't help but wonder tonight if maybe outrage over the government shutdown may have led to an arson attempt at Governor Dayton's old home in Minneapolis. Now, this happened at about 2 this morning in the 4200 block of East Lake Harriet Parkway. The house's current owners put the fire out before it caused too much damage. Gasoline and lighter fluid were found at the scene. Dayton's spokesperson tonight tells the newspaper, the Star Tribune, that he lived on Lake Harriet Parkway more than 10 years ago. Minneapolis police are investigating. They say right now there's no reason to believe that the fire was politically motivated, but it could be a possibility. For much more on the government shutdown, including a complete list of what's open and what's closed and a list of frequently asked questions, you can go to myfox9.com. If you're just sitting down tonight for the first time, there's been a horrible fire in New Ulm, perhaps one of the worst there in decades. Several people are dead at the Bohemian Bed and Breakfast following a spectacular fire overnight. Fox 9's Ted Haller has been in New Ulm all day long and has some amazing home video of the blaze that only 4 people could escape.
Unimaginable grief here in New Ulm. We just got out of a briefing here at the Law Enforcement Center with the fire chief, who says that 6 people, in fact, died in that fire. 4 adults, a teenager, and a child. 4 bodies were discovered this afternoon, and then another 2 this evening, making this likely the deadliest fire in New Ulm history.
Oh my God.
As large flames swallowed the Bohemian Bed and Breakfast house, it's hard to imagine what was going on inside. Zach Cook was shooting this video and says he could feel the intense heat and hear its effects.
A minute after being here, I could hear a woman screaming from the house to help her and help her get out, and it was terrifying. It just put a sick feeling in your body. It was terrible.
This is what's left of the bed and breakfast after the deadliest fire in decades in New Ulm.
We're in the business to save people, and when it doesn't go right, obviously, you know, there's some long faces and some heavy hearts.
New Ulm Fire Chief Paul Mockle says the fire was simply too hot for firefighters to rescue everyone. Friends and family say one of the victims, seen here in this Twitter photo, was the B&B's owner, Bobby McRae, and her 2 daughters, Abby and Savannah. A friend of Bobby's for 15 years describes her as a lover of art, history, theater, and New Ulm.
She always had ideas, and she would push them forward.
Always planning for the future.
Always planning for the future.
The future of New Ulm now forever changed as well.
It's going to be hard on a lot of people around here.
Now the cause of the fire remains under investigation, but it is important to remember this was an old house, about 112 years old. It was not built to the safety standards of today, although the fire chief did say that everything was up to code. And the family of Bobby McRae, the owner, did release a statement this evening. It's a simple statement, but it's a powerful statement. Quote, "Bobby was a golden thread woven through the tapestry of the community," end quote. Just an awfully sad day here in New Ulm. I'm Ted Haller reporting in New Ulm, Fox 9 News.
Just some awful news from that community tonight. Well, from fires to storms, we have widespread damage across both Minnesota and Wisconsin. In fact, many of you have sent us pictures. In fact, these pictures taken by Bill Vanderhagen in Cottonwood and Vesta, Minnesota. That's about 2.5 hours west of the Twin Cities. You can see the storm just ripped the roof off a church and a grain elevator there. The good news is that we're hearing of no injuries so far. Now, in the metro, Tina Wallace sent us this picture from McKnight and County Road F in White Bear Lake. Never good when you see trees that size uprooted. At the height of the storm, more than 45,000 Xcel Energy customers lost power. By this evening, that number was down to around 2,700. So the guys are making progress on it. But the worst damage was across the river in Wisconsin. Sky Fox 9 was over Burnett County today, where the storm's powerful winds killed 1 person, injured dozens more. Roofs were just simply gone. You can see there the trees just ripped out of the ground. Fox 9's Paul Bloom is in Grantsburg, about 80 miles northeast of the Twin Cities.
These storms were terrifying and dangerous. This evening, Grantsburg remains a mangled mess of power lines and downed trees. And what makes this so horrifying in this particular area of northwestern Wisconsin is the fact that over the July 4th weekend, Burnett County, the county where Grantsburg is located, its population typically 17,000. Over the holiday weekend, though, that swells to over 80,000 people.
Sitting ducks and waiting for the end.
The village of Grantsburg's public campground was filled to near capacity on Friday night.
Once it was on us, because it was on us within a matter of minutes.
Trenton Wood and his wife were in their trailer, others in pop-up campers, and some in tents. When the storm tore through without warning, there was no time to get to shelter, leaving everyone in the park at the mercy of the storm.
The wife hit the floor. She says, well, maybe we ought to go to the bathhouse. And I says, you can open that door and go if you want to. I am not, because I might be picking you up in the next county.
Right next to the Woods campsite is another trailer. 2 boys were inside when this large tree literally sliced it in half. Miraculously, both boys survived.
They could easily been killed. The one boy was sitting right in the gulcher where the tree hit it. And if he hadn't been pulled out of that seat by his friend, he would have been dead.
Meanwhile, just blocks away in Grantsburg's small-town neighborhoods, there was no 4th of July vacation. Instead, friends and family rallied to clean up yards and homes.
It could always be worse, you know. We're lucky.
Devin Danielson was at a cabin in northern Minnesota on Friday when she got calls and text messages telling her what happened to her home. 3 trees had fallen on top of the house, one crashing right through her kitchen window. She's just thankful that she and her daughter weren't inside.
On the way here, it was a very long drive home from McGregor. Yeah, it was a long drive, but getting here and seeing what a great family I have really hits home.
Now, lots of people in this area of northwestern Wisconsin are without power. Crews all over the neighborhoods working hard to get electricity restored. Also important to note that the Red Cross has set up a feeding station at the town's middle school. Make no mistake, this community and the entire county was ravaged by these storms on Friday night, and it is going to take a lot of work to get the people up here in northwestern Wisconsin back on their feet. Reporting from Grantsburg, Paul Blim, Fox 9 News.
Quite a mess up there and elsewhere around the state, too. Fortunately, it was so much nicer outside today. Let's check in with Marina Jerica right now to see what's on tap for tomorrow.
That's right, Tim. It was so much quieter and very, very nice, and we needed that because we needed a pickup day because all that wind damage left a lot of disarray across a good portion of our viewing area. So we needed today to be nice and quiet. And you know what? If you didn't get a chance to enjoy today, don't worry. The next couple of days are going to be just as beautiful. Nice and dry on our storm vision. We're going to see plenty of sunshine as we head on into our Sunday and Monday. So our UV index for tomorrow is going to be once again 8, which is very high. So burn time is about 20 minutes. So you're going to want to make sure that as you're enjoying this pristine sunshine that you put the sunscreen on for sure. Currently right now we're looking at 78 at the airport, 77 in St. Paul and Maple Grove and Eden Prairie, 71 in Apple Valley, 79 in Woodbury. So we're looking at dipping down to about 60 degrees for our overnight low tonight. So very cool, very comfortable. I'll tell you when our next risk for showers and thunderstorms is. Don't worry, not on the long weekend, but I'll tell you when the next risk of that rain moves back on in just a moment.
That sounds good. I think we paid our dues last night, no question. Thanks. You know, many stores hope you'll think local when you're out shopping this summer. We're going to find out what several of them are doing to attract more business and what economic climate's like right now for those good old-fashioned mom and pop stores.
In the talk show, my role is not to impose my religious beliefs on anyone. My role is to help people where they're at and where they're coming from. We'll be dealing with current events as they affect our lives. So I hope everyone who's looking for an answer to living a better life will watch the show.
Weekdays at 1 on Fox 9.
It's all new with a 5-star frontal crash rating.
5 stars means safe. 5-star protection.
5
crash rating.
5-star side. Size 2, 3, 4, 5-star crash.
Side crash rating. Side only.
Lots of cars get 5 stars in one category, but not in every combined category. The one, the Accord sedan. For great leases and low financing, visit your Honda dealer or shophonda.com.
This is why you shop.
Okay, who's hungry?
And this is why you shop at Rainbow. Celebrate this 4th of July with fireworks, friends, and good food. And save a few bucks too. Rainbow, living up to your life.
Playing, popping, wagging, napping. Life is good on a sectional.
Everyone fits on a sectional and has lots of fun doing it. That's why at Slumberland we have sectionals in every shape, color, texture, and style at the best prices around.
Reading, tossing, kissing, laugh it up. Life is good on a sectional.
Sectionals at Slumberland. It's a lot of real estate for a small price.
If you go out and do a little bit of shopping this summer, you may want to consider buying local. All of July, several Twin Cities businesses are taking part in what's called Celebrate Your Independence. This is a promotion that's aimed at expanding the awareness of supporting your neighborhood businesses. Joining us now is Ryan North, who's the owner of Moss Envy, which is an eco-friendly home and life store at 30th and Excelsior in Minneapolis. Ryan, thanks so much for joining us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
You know, Ryan, when people think about buying local, they sometimes think it comes with a higher price, but that's not always the case, is it?
No, it's definitely not. You know, a lot of us small independent businesses work really hard to keep price points approachable, knowing that we have, you know, big chains as you know, a little bit of competition. You know, we do what we can to drive business our way by providing, you know, really unique and personable customer service and a unique blend of, you know, businesses out there. We're all around you.
Mm-hmm. With the way the economy's been going right now, give us a little bit of perspective. How are local businesses weathering the storm, so to speak?
We're hanging in there. You know, definitely it's a struggle, and we do, you know, fight to get customers in, but it's working, you know, for a lot of us.
Now, tell us about the promotions here, because you are joining many other small businesses here in the Twin Cities areas that are doing a month-long Celebrate Your Independence, and it really offers some great deals too, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, a wide variety of deals. My store, Moss Envy, is offering 20% off one product, and that can be some big savings depending on what you're shopping for. Some stores are offering free things, and you can also, while you are at these stores, register to win a grand prize of a $50 gift certificate from each of the participating stores.
You know, what I love about stores like yours, and I think about my own neighborhood, because I have some businesses there that I really like to support because I know my dollars are staying local. And there's been some local studies that have been done that show that for every dollar you spend at a business like yours, you have up to like 3 times the economic benefit as opposed to shopping at a big box store, don't you?
That's right. Well, you know, a lot of you know, some big box stores aren't, you know, they don't have their corporate headquarters here in Minnesota, and those dollars are kind of flying out of the state, where if you spend your dollars with a little store like mine, or Warner Stallion, or Electric Fetus, you know, we're here in the state, and those dollars really turn back to the state threefold.
And you mentioned Warner Stallion and Electric Fetus. Those are 2 other stores that are participating in this month-long celebration, aren't they?
Oh yeah, there's 25 of us. You can find a full list of them, as a matter of fact, at buylocalmn.com. There's Be Below Shops, Butter Bakery Cafe, First Tech, Midwest Mountaineering. There's some really, you know, really familiar shops out there.
You know, I got to ask, what is the hardest part for your business right now, especially being a small business owner?
Well, it's you know, it's kind of the ebbs and flows of the natural retail world. Just, you know, cash flow, and just making sure we're offering quality products and great customer service. And I guess that's not really hard, though. It's easy when you get to go into a store and actually talk with the owner. You know, a lot of family-run businesses. Yeah, it's a different experience.
All right, Ryan North of Moss Envy, and because this is all about support your local businesses, I want to give your website a plug. It's mossenvy.com. It's a great little website.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much for your time tonight, Ryan.
My pleasure.
All right, moving on to politics now. Michelle Bachmann continues her campaign swing through Iowa. The Congresswoman and presidential candidate mixed and mingled with voters at the Cedar Rapids Farmers Market. She also made appearances in Des Moines and Iowa City. Bachmann, who in recent Iowa polls ranked nearly dead even. In fact, she was dead even with GOP frontrunner Mitt Romney. She says she's focused now on job creation.
So that's what we're focusing on, turning the economy around, job creation, and the repeal of Obamacare. And so I think that's what's resonating with people in Cedar Rapids. We're so excited to be able to be here today.
Bachmann continues her campaign trip tomorrow through western Iowa. Some tragic news tonight. A Marine from Minnesota dies in Afghanistan. The Defense Department announced today that 27-year-old Sergeant Chad Frokjer of Maplewood was killed while taking part in Operation Enduring Freedom. Now, Frokjer was stationed in the Helmand province. He graduated from North High School in North St. Paul. North High School in North St. Paul. My apologies. Back in 2002. Another sign of the government shutdown, the Minnesota Lottery is one of the agencies closed by the budget impasse. The billboards that usually post mega millions and Powerball jackpots have now gone dark for now. Once the state lottery is back up and running, one issue that they will eventually have to deal with is an increase in the price for Powerball tickets. Fox's Antoine Lewis gets reaction from the news from those who take part in the multi-state lottery.
Give me 4 mega for Powerball.
Every week like clockwork, Maurice Jolet digs into his wallet and pulls out $1.
Powerball, mega, and play every day. Anytime.
Maurice will eventually have to dig a little deeper for Powerball. Lottery officials have announced several changes to the Powerball game to commemorate its upcoming 20th anniversary. Buying a Powerball ticket will go from $1 to $2, but the base pot will double from the current $20 million to $40 million. And this one is huge. Second place, which is normally only $200,000, jumps up to $1 million. Mixed reaction today in the Village. How often do you play?
When I remember, when it gets really high. I go, hey, pay off my student loans.
Will this discourage you, knowing that it'll go up to $2 a year?
Yeah, I'll think about it twice.
Even if you win, eventually you lose. You have to give it all back in taxes anyway.
Still, others like Kirk Ozdemir say they will continue to play, even if it will cost an extra buck to do so.
You have to be try to your luck. You never know. Maybe you hit the $1 million. That's all about the dream, you know.
So you would be okay with the second place?
Yeah.
Now, just hold on, because they're not going up yet. January 1st of 2012 is when those prices are expected to go up to $2. With thousands of people descend upon Georgia's state capitol, we're going to tell you about the controversial new law that sparked the massive protests. Marina?
We've lost the heat, the humidity, and the storms, and now we're just looking at a gorgeous long weekend. So I'll give you all the details about that coming up in just a little bit.
Fox Monday.
Stay focused. What do you think I'm doing over here?
Get ready for the 4th of July's most explosive fireworks.
Don't give up.
I think I'm about to pass out.
Master Chef. Then, will a patient choose faith over medicine?
God doesn't want you to die.
I just need to prove it.
House.
Monday at 7 on Fox 9.
From our fresh pack sauce, to our fresh veggies, to our 100% fresh dough, never frozen. At Papa John's, we believe fresh is better.
For a limited time, get all large pizzas for just $11 each. Order now at papajohns.com.
Folks, this is your captain. And since we'll be about 10 minutes late, the flight attendant will be handing out cash.
Wouldn't it be great if you got paid every time somebody was late? At Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, you'll get paid even if we're 1 minute late. If there's any delay, it's you we pay. Benjamin Franklin Plumbing, the punctual plumber. Call today for a free estimate on a tankless water heater. 877-BEN-1776.
You're looking at thousands who are marching in Georgia's capital protesting the state's brand new immigration law. More than 14,000 people there protesting House Bill 87. That makes it now a felony to use false documents when applying for a job in Georgia. And government officials who are not complying with the immigration laws can be investigated. Well, Dominic Strauss-Kahn's a free man tonight. The former head of the International Monetary Fund leaves his New York City townhouse for a few hours. Strauss-Kahn was placed under house arrest after being accused of sexually assaulting a hotel housekeeper. However, he was lifted when prosecutors acknowledged there were credibility questions about the accuser. Strauss-Kahn must remain in the United States. Well, the largest wildfire in New Mexico history is still burning there tonight. They actually call this the Conscious Fire. It's burning in and through Los Alamos, but things are finally starting to look up. They're getting the upper hand in this. Fox's Dan Springer has more from what the locals all call the Hill.
Almost a week after a massive wildfire started in New Mexico, there is finally some good news today. With firefighters holding their ground against the largest wildfire in state history, officials now planning for the return of thousands of evacuees.
We are trying to prepare for this ramp up of bringing people back into our town site, because along with that comes the regular medical calls and fire calls that we run. So we're trying to ramp up for that while maintaining this patrol.
Experiments at Los Alamos National Laboratory have been put on hold because of the flames, but officials say the fire is no longer threatening the nuclear weapons labs.
Today and tomorrow, folks from our Facilities Operation Directorate are going through the laboratory and checking on our facilities. We're checking things like the air handling systems to make sure that the filters weren't clogged by the smoke.
Now fire officials turning their full attention towards putting out the wildfire. More than 1,200 firefighters are battling the flames. A key challenge continues to be stopping the flames from burning in some Indian reservations. But they may not get any help from Mother Nature as hot and dry weather is expected through the weekend.
You don't take it on as one big fire, you take it on a little piece at a time. This unprecedented dryness just makes the whole state a tinderbox.
This fire has scorched about 180 square miles, and while the exact cause has not been released, it's believed to have been sparked by a tree limb falling into some power lines. In Los Alamos, New Mexico, Dan Springer, Fox News.
It's been tinder dry, in fact, a super drought out there for about the past 12 years. Meantime, 1,200 hours of work, and that was just for the wedding gown. Monaco's Prince Albert ties the knot with South African Olympic swimmer Charlene Wittstock. The newly minted princess wore an off-the-shoulder Armani wedding dress. The royal ceremony had guests from around the world. Later, the couple also had a private ceremony with just friends and family. Well, the royal couple, Prince William and Kate, make their first overseas trip as a married couple. The couple is in Quebec visiting children fighting cancer. It's all part of a 9-day journey through Canada. The couple will also attend cooking classes before they head to Quebec City. Well, will the 4th of July's weather be a spectacular show or a dud? Marina's going to have your full forecast coming up here in a moment. Also, there are new rules for the nation's air traffic controllers. We're going to find out what they can do now to stay awake and alert while on the job.
The Fox 9 weather app keeps you covered with live radar and instant weather alerts right on your iPhone, iPad, or Android. Get the Fox 9 weather app, Minnesota's first all-weather app.
Set your alarm so you won't miss Home Furniture's Beat the Clock sale. This weekend, save at least 29% on everything. That's 29% or more, plus free financing for 1 year. Hurry, Beat the Clock ends Sunday, only at Home Furniture.
Super summer savings for the ultimate weekend outdoors. This week at Bachman's.
Technology you've never seen before, anywhere, ever. Which raises a good point. If you're going to buy a new luxury car, shouldn't there be something new about it?
Visit your local Lincoln dealer for this exceptional lease offer, plus 4 years complimentary maintenance on Lincoln MKX.
It's not just luxury, it's smarter than that.
It's Family Leisure's big 4th of July sale. 4 days only. Cool off in a new pool. Pools from $6.99. Hundreds of in-stock patio sets. Spas at unbeatable prices. Receive a free gas grill with purchase. Big 4th of July sale. 4 days only at Family Leisure.
Breezy Point Resort, Minnesota's favorite family resort, has new fun for everyone, including championship golf on 2 18-hole resort courses, the new Marina 2 restaurant and lakeside ballroom overlooking scenic Pelican Lake, and the new dockside lounge with our own Elvis tribute. New fun for family reunions, romantic packages, girlfriend getaways, weddings, and year-round ice skating. Plus the only Minnesota resort with all-inclusive golf and social packages. Breezy Point. We're half a tank of gas away. Visit breezypointresort.com.
Ford's stepping it up.
When Ford swaps your ride, you tend to talk about it a lot.
The features are way better than the Murano. I like the side-less mirrors. Someone's creeping up on my blind side. This car has all kind of tricks up its sleeve. With the Ford Edge, you can drive a long way on a little bit of money. I really like the phone hands-free. The car is calling you right now.
Now lease an Edge for just $289 a month or get up to $3,000 cash back. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer today.
Final thoughts?
Can I keep it?
No. Any other thoughts?
Set your alarm so you won't miss the Sleep Express Beat the Clock sale. This weekend, save at least 29% on every Serta mattress. That's 29% or more, plus free financing for 1 year. Beat the Clock and save only at Sleep Express. Hurry, ends Sunday.
You know, we paid our dues last night, but wow, what a gorgeous day this was.
It was so beautiful, and I mean, you felt it the minute.
Yes.
You walked out the door. Even last night, you felt it.
Well, it dropped like 30 degrees in just a matter of, what, a half an hour last night?
And that cold front, unfortunately, it just wreaked havoc on a lot of areas in our viewing area. A lot of folks picking up the pieces today because of wind damage, but you know what? We didn't even see the worst of it. Folks in Wisconsin and even South Dakota, this is from Flandreau, South Dakota, right on the border with Minnesota, and this is storm damage from yesterday. And, you know, we saw a lot of down power lines, and so many people were without power last night.
45,000 people last night. We still have about, what, 3,600 families without it.
And so, you know, we're picking up the pieces today. Everybody is where this cold front has gone through. And now actually portions of Michigan, Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, they have been dealing with those showers and thunderstorms that we saw yesterday. So all is quiet and our storm vision is looking completely beautiful. But boy, we paid a price for it. Last night, Mother Nature had an idea of her own fireworks, but for now, our storm vision is dry, and it's actually going to be dry all the way through our long weekend. So it was not a great start to our holiday weekend, but boy, it's going to be a beautiful rest of the weekend and end to it. So 78 currently at the airport, and we've got anywhere from the upper 60s to 70s all across our region. So that northwesterly flow is really working hard for us, and it is actually going to be bringing our temperatures down to about 60 tonight. So talk about a gorgeous night to get out there and enjoy, do some stargazing, get up early tomorrow morning, take the whole family for a walk. It's just going to be so beautiful to head out and about. Very calm winds, maybe at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. But of course, the key is they're coming out of the northwest, which is less humid, comfy, and just all around very pleasant. So comfy and warm days are going to be topping out this top 10 long weekend. Cool, lovely nights. Now we could see some late storms on Monday night, but folks, we're talking post midnight. So more than likely all the fireworks will go through without any issues. And then we might see a few storms off and on for the work week next week. So what beautiful timing for Mother Nature to give us just for this holiday weekend, which is great. So area low pressure way off in the upper Great Lakes, and you can see a lot of storms right now firing up across northern Indiana as well as in central Ohio, and those storms are packing quite a punch just like they did for us yesterday. But we are looking at high pressure dominating our forecast, and that high pressure is going to bring in a gorgeous northwesterly flow that's just going to continue to bring our temperatures to a more comfortable level, even more so on Sunday. We're actually going to be in the low 80s tomorrow, and then we're going to slowly see that humidity creep back in for our Monday, but cold front will move through on Tuesday and make things a lot more comfortable for the work week next week again. So maybe some patchy fog in the overnight tonight, especially the folks that held on to a lot of that moisture, but very comfortable. 60 degrees, crystal clear skies, westerly winds. And then tomorrow we're going to be looking at sunny, warm conditions, and overall just absolutely fantastic day. Low 80s and then an east northeasterly wind. But by Sunday night we're going to start to switch that over into a southerly wind, and we know what that means. A little more heat, a little more humidity returning for our July 4th holiday on Monday, but not bad. We're still going to stay in the mid 80s. We're just going to feel a little bit more of that heat in the air. And then we're going to start to see that good chance for showers and thunderstorms rolling in. But best shot will be after midnight on Monday through our Tuesday, and then again on Friday night late into our Saturday. But our forecast for the fireworks at least looks really beautiful. We are going to be seeing temperatures that are probably in the mid to upper 70s by the time a lot of those fireworks kick off on Monday night, with partly cloudy skies and really light winds. And I know a lot of folks have been emailing me, how are the winds going to be on Monday night? And it looks like they're going to be very light, so that will help those firework displays out very much.
Sounds good. Oh, hey, before we go here to the moment, I got to mention this. Yes, if you haven't heard or haven't seen this yet, perhaps not, because this was just released on Thursday, but there is a brand new Fox 9 weather app for either your iPad, your iPhone, or your Android device. If you have one at home, either your phone or another tablet device with Android on it. This thing is phenomenal. You can do so much in this by looking at the weather maps. We were looking at them last night here too, tracking the storm on the desk here. Marty and I were out here. You can get your forecast hour by hour throughout the day. I'll be honest, I've got a lot of weather apps on my iPad at home, several other weather apps. This one truly is better. I think it just kicks the other one. So it's a great little device if you want to get up-to-date information and follow us here on Fox 9 with your weather device. So it's pretty cool. Download it now.
And like you said, it's fantastic for nights like last night, because especially where we're traveling all around the place for our July 4th weekend, you might not know where the storms are. We're lucky we're not having to deal with anything, but last night they were popping up all over the place.
And so the best part about it, This is free, folks. So, yeah, give it a look on your iPhone, your iPad, or your Android phones as well.
It'll be handy.
Well, a man from Minnesota dies from a drowning at an Iowa campground. This happened Friday night at the Happy Time Resort in Lake Mills, Iowa. The victim is 54-year-old Minnesota man from Albert Lee. Authorities have not released his name yet. The cause of the drowning is not yet known. How exactly he did it, the details have not been released. The Eurozone finance minister has approved a portion of a financial bailout to assist Greece. A loan has been approved to be installed in mid-July. A second part of the bailout is still being discussed and is expected to get passed next week. Now, the approved portion will total more than $17 billion. The ministers also reiterated that they would continue to support Greece beyond the $110 billion loan package that was granted last year. Greece's financial troubles forced the government to pass severe austerity measures this week that caused nationwide rioting. But the biggest court case in the country could quickly be coming to a close. 25-year-old Casey Anthony is accused of killing her 2-year-old daughter, Kaylee. After months of testimony, closing arguments will begin tomorrow in the Florida courtroom. In this case, the defendant did not take the stand, which could affect the verdict.
When all is said and done. I think jurors always want to hear from the defendant, always, and they rarely get an opportunity to do that. In this case, there are so many unanswered questions that only she could have talked about. They're really going to have question marks left in their minds when all is said and done.
Now, the jury deliberations will begin immediately after tomorrow's closing arguments. If convicted, Casey Anthony could face the death penalty. Well, in the past few months, several air traffic controllers have been caught sleeping on the job. New rules are now in place to help keep air traffic controllers awake and alert on the job. Fox News correspondent Molly Hennenberg has more from Washington.
These new rules are a joint agreement between the FAA, that's the Federal Aviation Administration, and the National Air Traffic Controllers Association. They say that air traffic controllers can now use sick time or vacation time if they're too sleepy to come to work. Also, if they're working the overnight shift and air traffic is light, they can listen to the radio and read in order to help them stay active and stay awake. Although these new policies have been in development for a couple of years, the issue of sleeping air traffic controllers has been particularly front and center this year. The FAA says since April there have been at least 7 instances of controllers sleeping on the job. In one case, 2 planes landed here at Reagan National Airport in Northern Virginia without any help from an air traffic controller who had dozed off. The FAA has since mandated that all controllers get a minimum of 9 hours off between shifts, an increase of an hour, to try to prevent sleepy workers. Transportation Secretary Ray LaHood said of the new rules, quote, "The American public must have confidence that our nation's air traffic controllers are rested and ready to work. We have the safest air transportation system in the world, but we needed to make changes, and we're doing that." The FAA and Air Traffic Controllers Association also agreed to continue the policy of not allowing air traffic controllers to take naps during a break in their shifts. They say controllers must be, quote, "available for recall at all times." In Washington, Molly Henneberg, Fox News.
Well, this is an historic night at Target Field. We're going to find out what record was set as the Twins once again take on their border rivals. We have the highlights coming up in prime time.
Don't be a dummy. Get more for your gold.
Silver and diamonds.
At your neighborhood Pawn America store. Get the cash you want when you want it. Bring in your old and broken gold.
Silverware, coins, silver bars, and diamonds.
Courteous, trained, professionally certified people will get you the best possible price in cash and on the spot. So get more for your gold.
Silver and diamonds.
At your neighborhood Pawn America store.
Don't miss Appliance Smart's 8th annual tent event, June 24th through July 10th, only in Apple Valley. Everything under the $10, $5.99 or less from these major manufacturers, like this stainless steel side-by-side, $599.98 or less. Or top-mount refrigerators from $299.98. Over-the-range microwave, only $99. Dishwashers with stainless steel interior from $379.98. Front-load washers from $399.98. Dryers from $299.98. Don't miss Appliance Smart's 8th annual tent event in Apple Valley.
Buzz Around Minnesota with the Fox 9 Morning News.
Tune in Fridays between 5 and 10 a.m. for your chance to win a great trip to one of our state's top destinations.
Watch for the trivia question and text your answer.
Every hour is a new chance to win.
Last week, one lucky viewer won a trip to Spicer Castle Inn in Spicer, Minnesota. Everyone who enters gets a free Taco Supreme from Taco Bell, powered by Taco Bell, and the XXL grilled stuffed burrito with steak, 3 cheeses, beans, and lots more. Taco Bell, think outside the bun.
Ford's stepping it up.
When Ford swaps your ride, you tend to talk about it a lot.
The features are way better than the Murano. I like the side bliss mirrors. Someone's creeping up on my blind side. This car has all kind of tricks up its sleeve. With the Ford Edge, you can drive a long way on a little bit of money. I really like the phone hands-free. The car is calling you right now.
Now lease an Edge for just $289 a month or get up to $3,000 cash back. Visit your local Northland Ford dealer today.
Final thoughts?
Can I keep it?
No. Any other thoughts?
Declare your independence from high prices right now at Becker Furniture World. Because during the July 4th sale, you'll save 50% off everything. 50% off all furniture, mattresses, area rugs, and accessories. Plus, celebrate your freedom. Freedom from delivery charges. Freedom from interest until 2013. The savings are revolutionary. Now through Monday, July 4th at Becker Furniture World, Minnesota's furniture store.
The way bugs see it, your home is their home. But you can build a barrier that kills bugs dead. Raid Max Bug Barrier. Its automatic trigger lets you lay down a continuous barrier that's fast working and long lasting.
I'm in! I'm out! Raid!
Build a barrier indoors and out with Raid Max Bug Barrier. Now in a gallon jug too.
SC Johnson, a family company.
Well, it's the end of an era for NASA. Also, America plans to celebrate Independence Day, and Britain's Will and Kate make their first trip to North America as a married couple. Fox News correspondent Marianne Rafferty takes a look at what's happening in the week ahead.
Happy birthday, America. Monday is Independence Day. Celebrations, parades, and fireworks are planned for communities large and small across the country. But with the recent rash of wildfires across the dry South and West, many cities are opting for a ban on fireworks this year. So be patriotic and be safe. Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid is canceling the chamber's July 4th recess so lawmakers can focus on stalled deficit reduction negotiations. Reid is scheduled to vote for Tuesday, forcing senators to cancel their travel plans and put in a day's work. Wednesday, President Obama will take to Twitter for a virtual town hall meeting. He'll be discussing the U.S. economy and jobs in 140 characters or less. Also Wednesday, the Dalai Lama will visit Washington, D.C. for an 11-day peace rally. The event is being billed as the largest gathering for world peace in history. Friday, Sheila Bair comes to the end of her 5-year term as chairman of the FDIC. She asked not to be reappointed. And it's the beginning of the end for NASA. The Space Shuttle Atlantis will make its final launch from the Kennedy Space Center on Friday. The launch marks the end of NASA's 30-year Space Shuttle program. And finally, the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge, that's Prince William and Catherine, will arrive in California on Friday. Their 3-day visit is part of a longer trip beginning in Canada, and it's also the first official overseas trip the couple has made as husband and wife. And that's the week ahead. I'm Marianne Rafferty, Fox News.
Wow, what a game at Target Field tonight. A nail-biter all the way to the end. Don Mitchell's got it coming up right now in Fox 9 Sports Primetime.
All around the world, we can make time.
Next on Fox 9 Sports Primetime, we take you for a spin around the world. Lots of round trips here in the Twin Cities as the Twins try to dominate the Brew Crew again. We've got aces in England, some wipeouts in France, and great goals in Germany. And we take you around the track before the disappointing shutdown.
Snuggle in JoJo, yet to be heard from.
PA for a day at Canterbury. Stop the world, I want to get off. Brace yourself. Primetime starts right now.
And now, Fox 9 Sports Primetime.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Fox 9 Sports Primetime. I'm Dawn Mitchell. Twins fans loving the late-night fireworks by Jim Thome last night as the Twins beat the Brewers to open up the holiday set. Tonight, the largest crowd in Target Field history, 41,378. We're hoping they would do it again. We take it to the action. Carl Pavano getting the start, and he got some early run support from his teammates. Hold on, in the third, Michael Kadire sends this one yard left. His 11th of the season makes it 2-0. Next up, Danny Valencia. How about back-to-back jacks? Valencia teeing off to make it a 3-love game. They had a 7-1 lead in the 6th until it goes south. Niger Morgan spin at Pavano's cap just out of the reach of Cuddy. Brewers start to rally 7-3, and in the 9th, Maddie caps in. The unspoken happens. Morgan with a deep double to right, 2 score. We're tied at 7, and yes, it gets worse. Next batter, Gutierrez in for Gomez. It's a killer RBI single. Scoring, guess who? Yeah, Morgan. Say it like Seinfeld's Newman, right? 8-7, Brewers take the lead. Tommy was their only hope, but you saw what happened right there. 3 outs, and they're done. Twins watching a beauty slip away as the Brewers score 8 unanswered runs to win it 8-7. Series tied at a game apiece. Rubber game tomorrow. Well, sadly, Canterbury Park has been closed in the recent shutdown, but I had a Cinderella chance right before the deadline to get in and watch Paul Allen share his race calling craft. There's a contest to see who can be PA for a day. Little did I know I would be unsuspectedly roped in on the fun.
The plan was for you to watch me call races 2 and 3, have me kind of explain to you what happens, and then for you to be PA for a day and to call the race. It's your call. We'll do whatever you want.
We might need some alcohol.
Whatever you need. You can do that. Hey, I see that.
That was not on camera.
Take the red light. The red light went off right when you said that. It was beautiful. Sure it did. It's Hammer's cat taking the lead. Hey, that's.
While I was processing the prospect, 3 real contestants who were not afraid were already hard at work competing to be PA for a day.
Rule number 7, 6 no excuses, play like a champion.
But here comes Morgan and Blumen on the outside.
The horse looked at her going now.
Yeah, we got to see the race 3 or 4 times downstairs, so we got to actually know what was going on, and we got a program so we knew what the names of all the horses were. It was a little easier than what PA has to do.
I'm in sales, so it's always well setting the bar and setting that pace, but these guys have been around for a while, so I figured I had a little bit of competition.
The most difficult thing, I think, was just really understanding what I was going to say and hoping I didn't slip up. So I think that the practice definitely helped, so that was nice. You just want to be like PA.
Thanks for coming out, ladies and gentlemen, and have a great night. Enjoy the races.
Meanwhile, hoping they forgot about me calling race 5, he color-coded it, blonde-proofed. I also got a rare glimpse of what I call the dorm room, a place where he's not PA, he's just Paul.
When you're here, I don't have to worry about the people meter and the endorsements and finding Greg Lewis in the back of the end zone or Nathan Poole ruining our season.
Here comes Hurricane Houston swirling.
I'm just calling races, making an occasional bet, working with people I've worked with for 17 years, and it's absolutely deeply rooted in my heart. Who's the one?
Esprit de Bleu.
2.
Cavalli.
3.
Hidden Gold.
4.
Thunder and Bell.
5.
She's So Dazzling.
6.
Becker County Miss.
Beautiful. Wait till I point to you and say 3 minutes. Wait till I point this time.
3 minutes.
Excellent. Gosh, you got skills.
They're on the gate. And they're off. Here they go. Hidden Gold getting a far, far lead, getting down the stretch. Also coming up first is Esprit de Bleu, coming in by the close rail, taking a quick lead. Still in second is Hidden Gold, taking up the rest of the pack. Cavalli, Thunder and Bell, She's So Dazzling, and Becker County Miss all fighting for a spot. Becker County Miss, a lot of work to do, still in the lead. Down the stretch they come. It is She's So Dazzling and Esprit de Bleu whipping it around, going down. She's So Dazzling is the favorite. Can she win it? And she does. Esprit de Bleu. Afterwards, She's So Dazzling, your unofficial winner.
Yes! Nice job! Great job! Good! Look at her blush!
Whipping it around, throwing it down. I had no idea what I was doing. PA, thank you very much. Everyone at Canterbury, I hope you are back to work soon, but without me calling the races. Thanks so much. Oh, meanwhile, coming up, we've got lots of crazy crashes and craziness from around the world. Plus, we'll take you to Wimbledon. Don't go away.
From our fresh pack sauce, to our fresh veggies, to our 100% fresh dough, never frozen. At Papa John's, we believe fresh is better.
For a limited time, get all large pizzas for just $11 each. Order now at papajohns.com.
Okay, so here's a no-brainer. Like to save money? Yeah, I thought so. At Dock 86, it's our 4th of July tent sale. So here's the deal. We search everywhere for the best deals on furniture, overstocks, and factory closeouts. And that means tent savings for you. Like this 7-piece patio set, 65% off, just $8.86. Plus great deals in the showroom for anything for your home, including sofas, mattresses, and rugs. Shop 4 days this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, July 4th, 10 to 8. Dock 86, a good deal more.
Do you suffer from chronic hives? Clinical Research Institute is conducting a research study evaluating an investigational drug for children and adults who suffer from chronic hives. Qualified participants ages 12 years to 75 years will receive the investigational study drug and study-related testing at no cost. For more information, call 612-333-2200, extension 5. That's 612-333-2200, extension 5, or visit their website at criminnesota.com.
Oh my gosh, you are, you're...
Hey, you're kidding me, that's real?
That's Dick and Rico.
Who? So where's Rico?
Cute. I love this guy. Second Wind isn't a store, it's a fitness shopping experience. Name brands, Life Fitness, Pacemaster, Hoist, Vision, Octane, we have them. Look good, feel great, live longer. Visit us today. You won't be disappointed.
Walls can talk, but it's our job to make them say something interesting. So how about this weekend we learn some new tricks of the trade? Then break out our doing clothes and get rolling. Let's use some paint that helps us get the job done in record time and makes a statement when we're finished. We're lowering the cost of a new favorite color. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. Get $5 off gallon cans of our top paint brands now through July 4th only.
When was the last time you felt refreshed, encouraged, inspired? Hear an uplifting message, straight talk with real hope, each week on Fox 9 from Pastor Mark Jeske on Time of Grace.
Are you ready for some good news? Join us this week on Time of Grace.
Don't miss Time of Grace with Pastor Mark Jeske every Sunday morning at 6:30 on Fox 9.
From our fresh pack sauce, to our fresh veggies, to our 100% fresh dough, never frozen. At Papa John's, we believe fresh is better.
For a limited time, get all large pizzas for just $11 each. Order now at papajohns.com.
Welcome to Terranova, folks. Welcome home.
We're starting over as a family.
Welcome to paradise.
Coming this fall to Fox 9.
Some amazing action this year across the pond at the All England Club. Tomorrow, defending champ Rafa Nadal will face Novak Djokovic. And today it was Maria Sharapova and her facing Petra Kvitova, Kvitova in her first Grand Slam championship match. Yeah, I'll get it right? The two women bearing bouquets as they made their entrance, and it was all business. Sharapova trying to stay alive. Second set. Kvitova coming to the net for the smash, but Sharapova hits the amazing lob winner, Sasha Vukovic. Pumped, but it's not enough. Championship point. Kvitova with the ace. She wins her first ever championship in straight sets, 6-3, 6-4 at 21. She's the youngest Wimbledon champ since, you guessed it, Sharapova, when she was 17 back in 2004. She's also the first Czech to win the tournament since Jana Novotná in 1998. And we're all happy not to have to hear Sharapova's whew anymore this year. Game 2 of the World Cup for Team USA taking on Colombia. Just awesome. Yeah, watch these goals. Heather O'Reilly nailing the upper corner. Amazing. 1-zip USA. Take it to the 50th minute. Megan Rapinoe. Another beauty shot. 2-zip. And just about 7 minutes later, why not, right? Carly Lloyd, she takes a turn. The shot that the Colombian goalkeeper Sandra Sepulveda just cannot get. They go on to the 3-zip shutout and clinch a spot in the quarterfinals. Well, the wooing of Brad Richards is over, and the Rangers have won. The NHL's most coveted free agent this summer agreeing to a 9-year, $60 million deal. Not too shabby, huh? The 31-year-old scoring a career-high 28 goals and 49 assists last season, and he says the transition is going to be easy because Richards will be reunited with John Tortorella. He was his coach in Tampa when they won the Stanley Cup back in 2004. Former Panther Tomas Vokoun didn't take long to find a new home. He inked a 1-year, $1.5 million deal with the Capitals. First stage of the Tour de France, the ever-narrow Passage du Gois. Perfect recipe for crashes. And we got him today. Watch the left side of your screen. This guy totally bites it, hitting the cement. And watch this, a cyclist then hits a spectator and goes down, causing a massive domino effect. It's unbelievable, total wipeout of that whole section on the right there. Felipe Gilbert won the first stage to take the yellow jersey, while defending champion Alberto Contador lost more than a minute because of the late crash. Big video, more craziness in baseball from Jays Phillies. Now, watch this. It's a close play at the plate, and Chase Utley would be safe, but former twin John Roush chirps at the ump. He gets tossed, and then he goes ballistic. He had to be restrained by his manager, who ripped off his jersey, buttons flying. Big dude, little ump. Who do you think would have won that, right? Good thing he didn't make contact. Roush wasn't mad at the call at the plate. He was mad at early strikes that the ump called balls, and it spilled over. That's it for sports. I'm Dawn Mitchell. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you again next time.
Designer Marketplace is hip, chic, savvy. Our fully accessorized showrooms offer quality, one-of-a-kind pieces for your